Yeah, so I have a nonprofit that I run as my volunteer work. I'm a financial literacy advocate. I think that what will move the needle the most for people is when kids are equipped with deep financial literacy, meaning they know how to make money, they can spot opportunity everywhere.
Welcome to Inspired Choice today. I'm your host, Caroline Biesalski, here to bring you authentic stories, surprising lessons, and powerful takeaways to fuel your journey in business and life. In each episode, I'll take you from one inspiring guest to the next, blending their experiences with my expertise to uncover practical strategies you can use right away. Whether you're starting out or stepping up, stay tuned for insights and actionable tips that make a difference. And stick around until the end for a special freebie just for our listeners. Hello and welcome, Inspired Podcast community. This is your new episode. My name is Caroline and my today's guest is Heidi DeCoux, and I'm so happy that she said yes to our interview. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me.
That's so great to meet you today. And I would like to introduce you to the audience. Of course, you are a seasoned entrepreneur with a proven track record of building and selling profitable businesses, including a 7-figure exit. Known as the optimizer, you help entrepreneurs streamline operations for success. You are the founder of Cashflowy AI. You have to help me with the pronunciation. An AI-powered bookkeeping and cash flow management platform for small businesses. Passionate about financial literacy, you run the nonprofit Financial Titans, equipping teens with entrepreneurial skills to break poverty cycles. Welcome to the Inspired Podcast, Heidi DeCoux.
I'm happy to be here.
Your name is like a poem when I pronounce this. It feels good. Thank you so much. My first question to you is, what's the biggest financial mistake small businesses make, and how can Cashflowy AI help fix it?
The biggest is not knowing their numbers. And if you don't know your numbers, you're not alone. It's an extremely common mistake. And by numbers, I mean key metrics that you need to know in order to make smarter business decisions. So, like, for example, you need to know how much net profit you have on an average month, if you've got high seasons or low seasons. You need to look at what's called the Pareto's principle, the 80-20. So chances are around 20-30% of your revenue, or at least the most lucrative revenue sources you have, come, or I should say, the majority of your best revenue comes from 20-30% of your sources, right? And so those are the things that you want to double down on. And then the 70-80% that's really not moving the needle, or you're doing a ton of work for very little money, those are the things that you want to start cutting. And like looking at your marketing, you want to double down on what's working and cut what's not working. So you need to really understand these numbers. But it's hard, especially as a small business, to know those numbers. Bookkeeping is overwhelming. It's expensive. If you've got a human bookkeeper, you might not be getting great information or reports. Even good human bookkeepers tend to be about 70% accurate. You maybe email them a question and then it's 3-4 days before they get back to you. And so it's really frustrating thing for most small businesses. And so what we did at Cashflowy is we solved all that by creating an AI bookkeeper that you can speak to, verbally or text, natural language questions like, how many outstanding invoices do I have? How much money did I spend on software last year? And it will answer your questions 24/7 with, almost perfect accuracy. And then it links to all of your accounts and does all of your bookkeeping pretty much auto-magically for you. So you can manage all your bookkeeping in under an hour a month, no human bookkeeper needed, and you always know your numbers in a real-time dashboard. So you can be making really smart business decisions. And the best thing is you're completely ready for tax season. You don't have to stress about taxes anymore.
Wait a minute. In under 1 hour, you said per month or something, and you have managed your bookkeeping?
Yeah, for our solopreneurs. Yeah, exactly. So we're designed for solopreneurs. So coaches, consultants, freelancers, practitioners, small service-based businesses, influencers. And so if that's the kind of business that you have with Cashflowy, you can manage all your bookkeeping in under an hour a month.
Wow, I think I love it already. What you don't know yet is that I was working as a bookkeeper, so to say. I had my bookkeeping company for the
Ah,
last 10 years.
oh, that's
Um,
fascinating.
so I had 6 employees, and you are filling this gap now with Cashflowy. I love it already, and I transitioned to podcast host, so to say.
Ah,
This is the short
fantastic.
story. This is
Yeah.
why I'm here, because it was boring. You know how this is when you do this manually, or and
Yeah.
then you talk with your clients and they have questions you don't want to answer because you it's boring because they don't understand how bookkeeping works. It's just,
Right.
it's simple. So yeah, we speak the same language. Thank you so much for doing this. I have another question, of course. How
Yeah.
did you achieve multiple profitable business exits, and what's your secret to optimizing operation?
Yeah. So optimizing operations is my passion. All my businesses have had 50% plus profit margins. And the way that I achieved that was multi-pronged. The first one is what I talked about earlier, which was the 80-20 rule. I doubled down on the things that were really working, the marketing that was driving clients and driving the highest quality customers, and focusing on the different offerings that had the highest net profit, were the best service to deliver. We did the best job at it. We got the best results from it. We were able to attract in the best clients. And so you have to say no to a lot more than you say yes to. So you probably have a million different ideas and things that you want to pursue in your business, and you're going to have to test them out, but there's most of them you're going to have to not do, even if it's something you love. Unless, there were times when there was something that I really loved, some particular program. It was not really a good money maker for us, in terms of like what it took to put it out and everything. But I did it as a passion side of the business. But those are very strategic decisions, right? Where it's like, do I have the bandwidth and time to do this little side passion thing in the business that isn't something that's necessarily, I'm not doing it because it's a good business decision. But then you need to make that decision and make sure that nothing else is suffering in the business, because a lot of the things that make you the most money are often the most boring things. And so but you have to have a healthy business, right? And so 80-20 is number one. Number two, you want to be lean and move fast, be lean, and keep your payroll costs down. So especially for solopreneurs, if you need help in your business, like maybe you need help with some graphic design, some website stuff, maybe you need help with some copywriting, an assistant to help with customer service and admin work, the best thing to do is hire that overseas, so that if you're in, say, the US or Canada or UK, you're able to pay in dollars, pounds, and that conversion makes it so that you're getting somebody that normally would cost, say, $30 an hour, but for you in your currency, that's costing you maybe $7, $8, $10 an hour, right? And so you're able to get this quality person that's, say, $30, $40 an hour for them. And so you're providing a really fantastic job to one of our brothers and sisters across the water from us. And you're getting it at a rate that your business can actually afford. So those are, I would say, the two biggest things.
Wow, that was a great answer. Thank you so much. Especially what you said about saying no to a lot of things, not compared, combined with your with the 80-20 rule. So
Yeah.
when I imagine, then I say 80% to I say no to 80% of the things, of the opportunities, of the things that are not working or not serving the business. So that helps tremendously. I never thought of it that way. So thank you
Yeah.
so much.
If I can add a third one, it's actually embracing tech, especially AI. Now, when I've been building my businesses over the last 20 years, we didn't have all the tech that we have today. We didn't have all the AI. And so it is easier and cheaper than ever before. But I think a lot of people, especially if they're not super young, are scared. They're like, they think there's going to be a big learning curve to it. And the reality is there are so many tools that you can learn and implement in your business in 15 minutes, 2 hours, that are going to save you a ton of time and money so that you can move faster, be leaner, deliver a better service, have less workers. I mean, Cashflowy is a great example, right? I mean, we're significantly cheaper than pretty much every bookkeeping solution, like software solution on the market, all of which are big, clunky, oftentimes require a human bookkeeper to manage it for you because they're so big and clunky. We're streamlined, elegant, simple software for a fraction of the price that does all your bookkeeping and does it better if you're a solopreneur, right? So there's solutions like us on the market that can really help those profit leaks. So you're spending less money and you're getting more done, and you've got more time and bandwidth to put into actually growing your business and working with more customers.
Oh, I love that. So I didn't know that this exists already. I had a solution in the last 2 or 3 years that was the bookkeeping for my own company was related to my bank account. So they were categorizing the bookkeeping, whatever, and then calculating the numbers for me, because what is more boring as the bookkeeping for other people, it's my own bookkeeping.
Yeah,
So
right.
I don't like that at all. It always comes last. So you know what that means. So thank you so much for doing this. I will have a look, and please tell us where we can find you when we want to reach out to you after listening to this
Come on
episode.
over to cashflowy.ai. That is spelled CashFlowy. Okay. Cashflowy.ai. So cash and then FLOWY.ai.
So beautiful. It reminds me like a cash flow is like a flower as well. And then you have this Y. And I put the link in the show notes. Of course, I will take a look as well. Please reach out to Heidi. She's amazing. She shares her wisdom and knowledge and her AI. And of course, I have another question for you. Why is financial literacy for teens essential? And how can entrepreneurs support this mission?
Yeah, so I have a nonprofit that I run as my volunteer work. I'm a financial literacy advocate. I think that that what will move the needle the most for people is when kids are equipped with deep financial literacy, meaning they know how to make money. They can spot opportunity everywhere. They know how to save that money, protect that money, spend that money, and then they can live their best life. Because the reality is a lot of what they're learning in school is going to change, right? So you need to be a lifelong learner. You need to be curious. You need to have grit, and you need to have deep financial literacy so that you can always make money at every stage of life. Like my parents were both blue collar union workers at the same jobs for 40 plus years before they retired. And now they're, in their mid 70s. And that really kind of ended with that generation, right? They were like a very typical baby boomer. And so today, our world is changing incredibly fast, faster than it's ever changed since the, history of the planet, as far as we know. And so they need to be able to adapt to all of that change. And so if you've got deep financial skills, you're able to adapt in an ever-changing economy, right? You need to be very flexible and resilient. Into our program, Financial Titans, which people can get information at financialtitans.org. We bake in mental health, because my belief is that if you don't know how to take care of your mental and emotional well-being, then financial skills aren't going to save you. You need both. If you deeply understand how money works and you can always see opportunity and you can always make money no matter where you're at in your life and where you are at on the planet, and you know how to care for your mental and emotional well-being, you can live your best life. And so that's what we do for kids in Financial Titans. So we're a free program, after school, summer camp. And then by the end of this year, we're going to launch online our program in both English and Spanish.
That's so great. Thank you so much for doing this and also for telling us. And I think it's really important to take responsibility for our finances. Yes, so to say. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm an ambassador as well for that topic. Wow, so amazing. Thank you so much for our interview. Of course, I have one last question for you. It is about your goals and intentions. Do you set goals? And what is one of your next projects?
I do set goals. Yes, I think everybody should. In Financial Titans, we actually have students set goals, make vision boards. So all of that's part of our programming because I'm a big believer in that. And my next goal is, so our Cashflowy right now is in beta. So we have just over 100 beta users, and we are officially doing our soft launch go-to-market January 25th, where we'll be inviting in an additional 200 beta founding members. So now's a great time to get in because you're going to get in at half of our regular rate is already extremely low. You're going to get in at half that plus all these fantastic bonuses, and you're going to just get white glove service because you're part of our founding membership. You're part helping us really shape the future of Cashflowy. So I'm very excited for that. And then we're gearing up for our Series A, which opens in February. So we've got a lot going on right now over at Cashflowy.
I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. I have a look and I put the links in the show notes, of course. Thank you for our interview. And now it's time for your final thoughts to the audience, please.
Okay, my final thoughts are, I would say, embrace tech. It's going to save you so much time and energy and bandwidth. You're going to be able to produce more, better quality at a faster rate. So you can do more, better quality, faster rate. And so don't be scared. Embrace it. Get on your ChatGPT and Perplexity, Claude, and just start, living your life over there. And you're going to find that it's easier than you think to embrace these tools. Like Cashflowy, for example, it takes 15 minutes to set up Cashflowy. And maybe 20 minutes to completely learn the entire system and be off to the races. And that's if you don't really have tech skills, if you don't understand bookkeeping. That's the whole learning curve of Cashflowy.
Thank you so much. I'm inspired now. Yes, thank you. And have the best day ever. See you in the next episode. Thank you for listening to Inspired Choice today. I'm thrilled to have you on this journey of growth and transformation. Don't forget to hit follow or subscribe to stay connected and never miss an episode. And here's something special. Grab your free 20-minute breakthrough session with me. It's designed to help you kickstart or level up your business. Just check out the show notes for more. Until next time, keep making those inspired choices. See you in the next episode.